Liverpool transfer push and season opener built up. Liverpool's pursuit of one of the Premier League's most coveted attacking talents appears to be edging into a decisive phase. After weeks of speculation, rumours, and one high-profile bid that was firmly rejected, fresh developments behind the scenes suggest the Reds may be edging closer to the breakthrough they've been chasing. What had once seemed like a transfer dead end could now transform into a genuine opportunity, one that might shape not only the remainder of the summer window, but the entire 2025-26 campaign. While the transfer market remains in full swing, the football returns this Friday under the Anfield lights. Liverpool, the reigning Premier League champions under Arne Slot, welcome Bournemouth in what promises to be a lively and symbolic start to the new season. The match carries more than just the weight of 3 points. It is a meeting of ambition, expectation, and history, as well as a night of personal milestones for several players in Red Dot, between the anticipation of a potential blockbuster signing and the thrill of the new season's first whistle, and will be brimming with noise, colour, and that unique sense of optimism that comes when titles are to be defended and legacies written. The roar of the Kop will not just greet the players, it will greet a new campaign. One that Liverpool begin as narrow title favourites ahead of Arsenal and Manchester City. Yet Bournemouth, ever resilient and tactically astute, will be determined to crash the champions' opening night party, milestone night 4, Alisson and THMATS. One of the night's most significant storylines centres on Alisson Becker, the Brazilian shot-stopper who has been at the heart of Liverpool's success in recent years. If he starts against Bournemouth, as expected, Alisson will make his 300th appearance for the club, becoming the first Liverpool goalkeeper to reach that landmark since Pepe Reina. It is an achievement that speaks volumes about his consistency, leadership, and big match presence since joining from Roma in 2018. Joining the list of personal landmarks is Joe Gomez, who will notch his 150th Liverpool appearance if selected. Gomez's journey has been far from straightforward, with injuries testing his resilience, but his longevity at the club reflects his versatility and importance. Wataru Endo, meanwhile, could register his 50th league appearance, a notable milestone for a player who quickly became a dependable midfield option after his arrival from Stuttgart. Salah chasing more histo where no Liverpool preview would be complete without mentioning Mohamed Salah, and Friday could offer yet another page in his already historic Reds career. The Egyptian forward has missed his last 2 penalties for the club, but should he convert from the spot against Bournemouth, he will overtake Billy Liddell to become Liverpool's all-time leading penalty scorer in league competition with 3-5. Salah is also on the brink of matching another Liddell record. Just 3 more goals at Anfield in all competitions would see him draw level on 137 goals at the famous ground, placing him 4th in the club's all-time home scoring list. His track record on opening days is formidable. 7 goals in 8 opening day appearances for Liverpool, with only Chelsea in 2023 keeping him off the scoresheet. 9 goals in opening fixtures is already a Premier League record, achieved in just 700 minutes of football. This season's opener will be the first time Liverpool begin a league campaign at Anfield since 2020, when Salah scored a hat-trick in a 4-3 win over Leeds United. The stage, the history, and the form all point towards the Egyptian once again making headlines. Dominance over Bournemouth history also favours the Reds in this fixture. Liverpool have won each of their last 4 league meetings with Bournemouth by a combined score of 12-1, underlining their dominance in recent seasons. At Anfield, the record is even more emphatic: 10 wins and 1 draw from the last 11 encounters in all competitions. Out of 24 total meetings, Liverpool have emerged victorious in 19 times, losing only twice. One of those defeats came in December 2016, a 4-3 thriller at the Vitality Stadium, in which Bournemouth fought back from 3-1 down. The other was a 1-0 win for the Cherries in March 2023, courtesy of a Philip Billing strike. The only time Bournemouth have kept a league clean sheet against the current champions. Away from home, Bournemouth's fortunes have been bleak. Just 1 point in 8 league trips to Anfield, a 2-2 draw in April 2017, and only 3 goals scored in those games while conceding 40. Bournemouth's record goal-scoring efforts against Liverpool are equally modest. No player has scored more than once in a single match against the Reds. For the Cherries to upset the odds on Friday, they will have to defy decades of history and statistics. Transfer spotlight. Alexander Isak. While the focus on the pitch is sharp, the noise off it is just as loud. Liverpool's interest in Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak remains a hot topic. The Swedish forward has been linked with a move to Anfield for much of the summer. But Liverpool's stance is clear. They will only re-enter talks if they believe a deal is genuinely achievable. Earlier in the window, Newcastle rejected a massive £110 million bid for Isak, underlining their reluctance to part with their star striker. Unless the Magpies soften that position, Liverpool will not waste time with speculative offers. As journalist Ben Jacobs explained on the Born and Red podcast, Liverpool aren't coming for a back and forth. They'll only return if they know Isak is happening. That means any movement could happen quickly if Newcastle's stance changes. But for now, the saga remains poised on a knife edge. Mark Gehe, defensive reinforcement, TARGITAT, the other end of the pitch. Liverpool's search for defensive reinforcements has Mark Gehe firmly in the spotlight. The Crystal Palace captain has reportedly made it clear that he wants to join the champions this summer. But negotiations have proven challenging. Liverpool's initial offer of £30 million plus £5 million in add-ons fell short of Palace's valuation, believed to be around £40 million, a figure inflated by a selling clause owed to Gehe's former club, Chelsea. Despite the gap in valuations, both clubs remain confident an agreement will be reached. Palace chairman Steve Parish has admitted that selling Gehe this summer may be necessary to avoid losing him for free next year, given his contract situation. Liverpool's need for an experienced centre-back and Gehe's desire to join make this a deal with strong mutual interest. The main obstacle now lies in the payment structure. Palace are keen to secure as much of the fee up front as possible to fund their own recruitment. Having spent just £2 million so far this summer on goalkeeper Walter Benitez and a left-back, Liverpool, on the other hand, may prefer to include performance-related bonuses and staggered payments. Potential outgoings and market. Context to Liverpool's summer business has already been busy, but more movement is expected before the window closes. Palace have been linked with Harvey Elliott, valued by the Reds at around £50 million, while other squad players could also attract interest. The champions have balanced their squad well under onslaught but remain alert to opportunities for both strengthening and generating funds. Gehe's arrival would represent the 10th signing of the summer for Liverpool, a statement of intent and squad depth ahead of another grueling campaign across multiple competitions. With the Community Shield already in the bag and the league season about to begin, Slot and his players know the importance of hitting the ground running. Closing or UTLO OK Friday night's clash with Bournemouth is more than just the start of a title defence. It's the first chapter of a story that will be written over the next 9 months. The statistics, milestones, and transfer rumours all add intrigue, but ultimately it will come down to performance on the pitch. Anfield will be ready. The Kop will be loud. And Liverpool, with history on their side and ambition in their hearts, will look to begin the 2025-26 season in the only way they know how, with victory.